and welcome to this year's inaugural edition of Marquette in Motion. We're your hosts, Miranda Peters
and Hallie Kilberg. Marquette in Motion is back with an exciting new year and exciting new voices.
Who are these new voices, you ask? Marquette in Motion's team of new reporters includes 5 freshmen, Kelsey Gerlach, Spencer Haxmeyer, Katherine Heimbuck, Hallie Kilberg, and me, Miranda Peters. Reporters returning from last year include Sam Peters, John Herrig, Justina Dellinger, and Brooklyn Moore. We all look forward to joining you every Saturday morning for Marquette in Motion.
We have a very special show for you today, as we will be sharing the new student creed,
giving you all the details about our upcoming open house,
listing the top 10 reasons to be excited about the 2016 Marquette school year,
providing you with all the latest sports and updates,
and interviewing our very own principal, Mr. Kaiser.
I'm sure the audience can't wait to learn more about Mr. Kaiser, but do you think they want to know a little something about Marquette in Motion's newest reporters?
Sure. What can you tell us about yourself, Miranda?
Well, I don't like watermelon, cantaloupe, or pineapple. What about you?
Well, I like to bake homemade apple pies a lot.
Katherine Heimbuck used to take ballroom dancing classes.
Spencer Huxmeyer can tell you almost anything about archaeology.
And Kelsey Gerlach has read a book and a half in one night. Okay, enough about us. Let's hear about Marquette students.
We had a few questions of our own for Marquette's student body. We surveyed the high school asking students what their favorite memories from summer were.
Answers included mostly softball or baseball, family vacations, and one student attempted to camp in Colorado by himself. However, it was rainy and the student decided to simply come home due to the cold. That student was Sam.
We also asked students what the hardest part about going back to school was.
Many students agreed that waking up early, taking on responsibilities, and returning to the burden of doing homework constituted what they were least looking forward to with the return of the school year.
Well, over the summer months, while some of our surveyed respondents were apparently sleeping in, Marquette's Student Council was busy creating a student creed. Here to tell us more is Katherine Heimbuck.
As a Marquette student, I will be an academic leader, a responsible contributor, and an active Christian steward. Sound familiar? By now, each high school and middle school student at Marquette Catholic has recited these words numerous times. But what's the purpose of the creed, and what do the words mean? The creed's purpose is to articulate the mission and the expectations of what it means to be a Marquette student. A member of the student council informed me on how the creed was made. Mr. Kaiser, our principal, wanted the student council to think of a prayer that students could say every morning, and wanted a way to help students set goals for themselves every day. Over the summer, Mrs. Karen Timmerman, Marquette Student Council Advisor, met with the Student Council to in-depthly discuss the school's mission and to create a creed based on that mission. That creed is now read daily by the whole student body. The student creed represents who we are as students, community members, and children of God. The student creed, I believe, represents our school, its expectations, and its goals for students, and even the staff. If you haven't heard the entire creed, here it is now. As a Marquette student, I will be an academic leader, driven to create original and punctual work of high quality, and to be an example of integrity, honesty, and commitment in my quest for knowledge. I will be a responsible contributor, an inspiration for community action and positive change, altruistic in giving, resilient in conflict, and reflective in thought. I'll be an active Christian steward, welcoming to all while expressing my belief through service, prayer, and action, always striving to represent my school, family, and faith proudly, ever mindful of my relationship with God. The creation of this creed is just one of Marquette's many great endeavors, and I cannot wait to see what else lies ahead for our school. From Marquette in Motion, this has been Katherine Heimbuck. Stay tuned. More Marquette in Motion is coming up right after this commercial break.
Welcome back to Marquette in Motion. The Marquette community is excited to gather for its annual open house. Justina Dellinger is here with the details.
This Monday, September 19th, Marquette Catholic will be hosting its annual open house from 6:30 to 7:30. This year, the open house is geared toward early childhood and elementary students, along with their family and friends. The evening will begin with a short assembly in the MEC beginning at 6:30. Following a short prayer, the teachers and staff members will be introduced. Students and families may then proceed to the classrooms to share with all the family members their work and their learning. In addition to visiting any K-5 classrooms, families are also invited to tour the entire school, including the daycare rooms, preschool room, music rooms, and the classrooms in the high school. PTO will be providing cookies and juice for the event and will be selling their 2016-2017 calendars. These calendars feature a different Marquette grade for each month. We look forward to seeing you and your family Monday, September 19th from 6:30 to 7:30. From Marquette in Motion, this has been Justina Denlinger.
Thanks, Justina. While the Marquette family is very excited waiting to celebrate its annual open house, Spencer Huxmeyer is very excited waiting to answer all of your questions in You Ask, We Answer.
By the way, you can email them to us at marquetteinmotion@marquettecatholic.com.
But since we have no questions as of yet, Spencer is here to give you his rendition of what students are most looking forward to with the new year. Take it away, Spencer.
I'm here today with a very special. Here are the top 10 things students are looking forward to doing during the new Marquette school year. Number 10, more chances to make new memories. I can't think of any yet, but I'm sure good stuff will happen later in the school year. Number 9, more Mr. Kaiser videos. Check them out on YouTube or Facebook. Number 8, the volleyball season. Get healthy, Marissa. Number 7, the cross-country season. The runners are looking forward to the possibility of a state appearance. And who doesn't love those weekly pasta dinners hosted by the families of the runners the night before a meet? Number 6, being one grade older, meaning we are one step closer to the top of the food chain. Number 5, new teachers and classes. Personally, I am really enjoying the 20th Century Multimedia class. Number 4, the school play Almost Maine. I've heard there are a lot of kissing scenes. Right, Sam? Number 3, Mr. Kaiser's daily prayer and pun. The prayers are inspirational, but I am also looking forward to his puns, like the one he shared when it was foggy. He said, I tried to take a picture of the fog this morning. Missed. Number 2, new classmates, like our very own Miranda Peters. Number 1, a new season of Marquette in Motion. Speaking of which, I'll be answering all your questions for Marquette in Motion in our You Ask, We Answer segment next week. Send all of your Marquette-related questions to marquetteinmotion@marquettecatholic.com. Until then, this has been Spencer Haxmeyer. Marquette in Motion will return after this word from our sponsors.
Welcome back to Marquette in Motion. Sam Peters and Jonathan Herrick are here to share everything Marquette in their sports and updates report.
Thanks, Miranda. Marquette's volleyball team has had a very great week of games. On Tuesday, Marquette's 3 volleyball teams played at home against Easton Valley. The fresh soft team, JV, and varsity were able to get a win with an exciting varsity game that extended into 5 sets. The team also had a night of home games against Midland on Thursday. Once again, Marquette's 3 teams were able to each get a win.
Thanks, Jonathan. Both our girls and boys cross-country teams have had great starts to the 2016 cross-country season. The teams opened their seasons at the Northeast Invitational, and Marquette was represented extremely well by their hard work. Hallie Kilberg led the girls with a second-place finish, running a 19:25 time for 3.1 miles. This helped the girls' team to place first over all the other teams. They continued their hard work at the Midland Invitational, where once again the team placed first, led by Hallie Kilberg's second-place finish and Annika Frank's sixth-place finish. For the boys' team, they placed third at the Northeast meet, led by Sam Peters and Will Draus. At Midland, the boys once again took the third-place spot on the hilly course. The next meet that the Marquette team is participating in will be held Monday, September 19th at the Bellevue Golf Course.
Thanks, Sam. It sounds like all of Marquette's teams are off to a great start this year. But cross-country and volleyball are not the only sports that are being played by Marquette students. One of the shared time sports with Wahlert Catholic in Dubuque is swimming. Freshman Tori Mickle represents Marquette in that. She received first place in the 200-meter relay for Wahlert's swim team on their meet on September 6th, before going on to win the 100-meter backstroke as well. The Wahlert swim team won 7 of the 12 events to upend senior. Way to go, Tori.
Also, don't forget about Marquette's early childhood through 5th grade open house this Monday starting at 6:30. For Marquette in Motion, this has been Sam Peters
And Jonathan Herrick
with your Marquette Sports and Updates report.
Thanks, boys. Now with our first Marquette in Motion interview for the 2016-2017 season, here are Kelsey Garlock and Brooklyn Moore.
Hello, I'm Brooklyn Moore. And I'm Kelsey Garlock. And today we'll be interviewing Mr. Kaiser, Marquette Catholic's principal.
So, Mr. Kaiser, you must have had a pretty busy summer. What did you do? This summer was pretty busy. For the first time, I went to Gatlinburg, Tennessee. It's a tourist destination for sure, and I learned that. But on the way out there, my family, myself, my wife, Kelsey, and our new son, Creighton, who was only 4 months old at the time, we decided that we were going to stop at a couple places along the way. We were trying to hike to the highest point in every state in the 48 states.
Holy cow, well, that's exciting. What urged or inspired you to begin shooting short videos for Marquette?
That's actually a long story, but I'll try to make it as short as I can. Back in 2006, I read an article in a magazine that talked about YouTube, and that YouTube was not going to be a site that was going to last, and that YouTube wasn't anything that we'd see in the future. And I thought, well, that sounds like fun to make videos and post them online for people to watch, and I thought, I think I can do that. And so for a little bit of time way back when, I was on YouTube and was one of the most subscribed to channels that was on YouTube. I think my highest I had made it was number 49 or somewhere right around that area. And I really enjoyed making videos at that time and saw what it could do to be able to share videos out with the world. Well, starting at Marquette, I found out the great things that were happening here in our school and in Bellevue, and I thought we need to share this out with the world. And so that inspired me to be able to remember what I had learned back when 2006 when making videos for YouTube and started making them here for Marquette.
So, what teacher do you think likes shooting videos the most?
I think a lot of our teachers are just learning right now about what it takes to make videos. Ms. Kilberg, for example, has had previous experience doing it, and she's really taken on a lead role in doing videos that teach instructional things. And so Marquette actually has a YouTube channel out there now where there's a video at least from every teacher explaining a lesson or a particular thing in their classroom. And some of our other teachers, Mr. Sieverding, for example, has been teaching here at Marquette for a long time, and he started using video in his classroom, and he's told me one day, I really am glad that I learned this. Now I can start making videos maybe where I'm reading a story to my grandchildren who live far away and can send it to them. And so I think that video and the digital media that is allowable today, the things that it allows us to do really are going to change the world, and it allows us to share our stories with other people.
So, what are some goals that you have set for Marquette Catholic this year?
One of the top goals that I have at Marquette Catholic is to really empower our student council. And by empowering our student council and asking them, what do you think Marquette should be doing this year? One of the things that our student council did already this year was they put together a student creed, a list of ideas of what it takes to be a Marquette student, what it means to be growing up in the Marquette system from the age of kindergarten all the way through 12th grade. And they came up with a very powerful thing that we now recite each morning. The student creed is part of what our school is all about. And this year, if we continue to let the student council tell us and share with us the ideas that they have for the school year, a lot of the goals are going to be based on what student council decides to do.
So, every morning and every afternoon, you tell us a funny pun or joke. What one have you said this year that would be your favorite?
There are a lot of jokes I really enjoy. I think laughter is a great thing. And so there's a lot of things that I like to say in the mornings to help students, start their day off right and hopefully end their day right too. I don't necessarily have a favorite, but one that I'll tell today is one that is among my favorites because it makes you think. And so I'll say it right now. Time flies like an arrow, fruit flies like a banana. Think about it.
Well, ending on that note, thanks for letting us interview you, Mr. Kaiser. For Marquette in Motion, this has been Brooklyn Moore.
And Kelsey Gerlach
With Tell Us More.
Thanks
for reporting, everyone.
And thanks for tuning in. For Marquette in Motion, this has been Hallie Kilberg
And Miranda Peters.
And remember, everyone, stay informed, stay involved, stay
In motion.